Imagine how obnoxious you have to be as a human being if your day starts by putting a red feather in your hair and that doesn't even crack the top 10 list of most annoying shit you do. Ezekiel delivers another one of his awful speeches about the weather and smiling that nobody asked for. And contrary to what the showrunners may believe, slowly zooming in on his face does not make the speech any better. I don't understand how it's possible, but it somehow makes it worse. At least Ezekiel understands they need to kill all these bad guys, an email Jesus apparently seems to have missed. Alright, group hug everybody. I've got a great feeling about this. Oh no. Looks like King Zeke lost some of his ranks. Think he lost all of his ranks. Who knew that knee pads and flowers don't stop high-caliber bullets? Oh, this guy only has 2 huge holes in his back. Better flip him over just to double check. Not so smiley now, are you, Zeke? Anyone can smile with the tiger by your side. The real test is being able to smile when you're scooting your ass away from a couple dozen of your undead friends. Nice knowing you nameless dudes loading up guns. Carol's in the building, and she makes Liam Neeson look like a Cocker Spaniel on Xanax. I wonder how she's gonna murder them. Huh. I did not guess she'd be hiding out in the ceiling, and apparently neither did they. Wow, this guy sure looks like a creepy sex offender. It's like one of those high school movies where the nerdy girl takes off her glasses and instantly she's hot. Only this guy puts on his glasses and instantly looks like the kind of man who will kill you and have sex with your corpse on a pile of fingernail clippings while listening to the Little Mermaid soundtrack. This doesn't seem like the most opportune moment to slowly march through a field talking shit. Creepy sex offender guy is showing zero hustle at a time when he should be showing at least a moderate amount of hustle. You know, considering the wall of zombies behind them and the unaccounted for tiger on the loose. But I do have to give him credit. This was a pretty sick burn.
You got them all killed, they're still following you.
Nice one, creepy sex offender guy. Carol passed up a perfect opportunity to shoot these dudes and got out-Caroled by some guys I'm shocked she didn't know were hiding behind a car with assault rifles. Alright, think Carol, hide out behind this bulletproof truck until the heat dies down. Creepy sex offender guy makes the rookie villain mistake of using the time he should be killing to slowly outline the many unimportant details of his plan. Details that include, but are not limited to, disrupting Negan's obvious symmetry. Ezekiel is trying to recreate one of Kendall Jenner's most popular Instagram posts. And Jerry with one of the most satisfying kills in the history of this or any show. Slice. Later, Whitmer Thomas. This actor's name is Whitmer Thomas. He's a comedian and he's really funny and you should check him out. He doesn't wear those glasses in real life. Attentive viewers of this show, as well as people who were reading my bad recap articles last season, will remember that Fat Joey of the Saviors died when Daryl escaped, which meant Skinny Joey would now just be known as Joey. Well, now it looks like the last remaining adult man who still wants to be referred to as Joey like some kind of child is also dead. So to review, first we had 2 Joeys, then 1 Joey, now we're down to 0 Joeys. Welcome to Season 8 of The Walking Dead. It's mostly just counting Joeys at this point. Please don't kill Jerry. Usually when a character does this much likable stuff in an episode, it means we're about to say goodbye forever. Is it a cheap trick to make the weight of their death feel more intense for the viewer? You bet. Does it work every time? Sure does. Because we're dumb. If we were smart, we'd be reading books on Sunday. But instead, I'm getting choked up hearing Jerry say dude twice, and I haven't read a full book in 3 years. Please use the comments to let me know the last time you read a full book. I'm actually very curious about this. And yes, I do read all your comments. Carol has been counting these dudes' bullets, and she's ready to negotiate. Come out with your hands up, and she'll only jam some of these keys up your ass before stabbing you in the brain. Aw shucks, Carol has a real dilemma on her hands. Does she bail out a couple of dying idiots, or shoot these 2 strangers in the face? Those are 2 of her favorite hobbies. Nobody told her today would be this tough. These time jumps are annoying. I don't like them. And I get what they're going for. I do. I went to college to earn a useless degree in media studies, I fucking get it. But just doing something doesn't make it good or artsy. Sometimes it's just bad, like these stupid and very bad time jumps. In general, the episodes this season feel like they were edited by a 10-year-old jacked up on Adderall and some new flavor of Mountain Dew. And while that's probably a rockin' good time for the 10-year-old, it's giving me a fucking headache. Wow. Just when I'm ready to give up on this show, they go and do something like this and drive their way right back into my heart. I have not laughed this hard in a very long time. It was awesome. There's just so much to love. Ricky G driving directly into gunfire. The dude driving the car deciding now's a good time to take his eyes off the road. Rick's car finally taking the most minimal amount of damage from these enormous bullets. Daryl dusting himself off 10 seconds after getting in a very serious motorcycle wreck. And the cherry on top of it all, Rick Grimes effortlessly jumping between moving cars and stabbing this dude in the tummy before crashing his car. Then crawling up the hill to say what up to Daryl, only to announce they should probably head back down that hill to see just how dead that guy is. Ezekiel must be in pretty bad shape. His real voice just leaked.
This ain't gonna work.
Keep it down, Your Highness. You're gonna make Jerry cry. You wouldn't like him when he cries. It's super sad. No one likes it when Jerry cries. It's looking like curtains for old Zeke. And Shiva shows up to save him from these very gross mutant sewer zombies. I really love seeing her whip one last zombie up in the air like the world's biggest cat toy. This was also sad, like oddly sad. In a very weird way, it might be the saddest death on the show. And considering we're talking about a poorly CGI'd tiger, that really speaks volumes about how unlikable some of these humans have been. I'm speaking, of course, mostly about Lori. Also, here's a fun Easter egg for anyone who turned on closed captioning during this scene. Just kidding, it didn't say that, but it should have. I'm available to write closed captions for the show, and my rates are very reasonable. Sorry, gang, but only people who have had lines of dialogue survived. Shiva doesn't count. Ezekiel sure does have some explaining to do, and he'll get around to it tomorrow. Right now, it's nap time for the king. Nobody doth dare to tread heavily and disturb his royal slumber hour. Tune in next week. Will we finally learn what Father Gabriel's been up to? Father who, or are we sure that's a character on the show? I don't even recognize that name at this point. What adventures will Daryl and Rick get into next? They're going to steal the Declaration of Independence. Is Shiva actually dead? Don't be ridiculous. Of course she's not. She very clearly slid under a dumpster at the last second. None of this and more, next time on The Walking Dead.